Hey, welcome to Tuesday. My name is Ultra David.
And I'm James Chen.
Is it working? Are we on?
Oh, I think my headset's. I think we're on. I just can't hear anything on my headset right now.
Okay, that's maybe not
that's
great.
Fine, that's fine. Okay,
you're all right.
Yeah. Okay, I think.
Okay, well, people will let us know.
So yeah, but not only that, but hopefully all of our freeze issues should be gone. Please, because I think I figured out our bandwidth issues last week while we were doing some tests with Mr. Vai.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, yeah, it looks fine.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday show. Yes, they hear and see us, and hopefully no freezes. Or we can mimic it. We can just be like, and then we were doing this, and we were doing...
You know what's really weird is that for a lot of those freezes, it skips forward.
What do you mean?
Like, it'll be like running, and then it'll skip forward to some frozen frame from like 30 seconds in the future.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Okay.
I don't know how that happens,
Okay.
but it's just some weird glitch.
Okay, cool. So, what's been going on?
Okay, well, we're going to talk about Shadowloo Showdown 6, as you can see over here. We'll also talk about some cool Dead or Alive news. We'll talk about upcoming video game streams.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about some Smash 4 stuff, and if all that doesn't take up all of the time, which is totally possible, then we'll do viewer questions.
Yeah, don't forget, we'll also have some event stuff that we're going to talk about, too.
That's in the middle.
Yep.
So let's start off with Shadowloo.
How much did you watch?
I watched quite a bit, actually, of the Street Fighter, I should say.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I did. I said before that I wasn't aware that it was going on.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah.
And I actually posted to Reddit about that. And a couple people responded kind of angry, not angry necessarily, but
right.
you should know, because they've been talking about it since October.
What?
And I was like, what? But the poster linked some things that were like, they mentioned this back then. I'll be like, here's some stuff, and it was there. I don't know how I missed it.
It wasn't just you though. I mean, I didn't even know about it, and then I remember when I mentioned it, I think some other people were like, "What the heck?"
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in any case, I feel bad that I didn't realize it was coming up, because it was a good event. It was a big event.
Oh yeah. I mean, it had to have been known for a while, because you can't get that pedigree of players out there, for an event like that on just 2 weeks' notice like that we all got. Wait, what happened?
The freezing and lag is back, apparently.
Wait, the freezing is back?
That's what everybody is saying.
What? No way, dude. No way.
It's worse? Get out of here.
No, that's impossible. If that's the case, now it's definitely not our fault.
I don't know. Yeah, what else could be going on?
Is this Twitch?
Well, no, because remember, it happened on local...
Right, so I'm wondering if it's happening on our local recording right now.
Well, we'll find out, I guess, later on. But not yet. Sorry about that.
So they say it's okay now.
Okay.
And it is saying drop frames detected.
Oh,
what
it is saying that.
What the heck? Dude, I totally fixed my bandwidth. I 100% thought it was a bandwidth problem. But apparently it's not. Apparently it's more than that. Wonderful.
We did some testing with Vai after that, and where we were basically commentating on his stream.
Right.
And at first it didn't go that great, but then we recognized that we were going through this router that might not have been the best, and so we just...
it was terrible router. Yeah,
bad router.
Old school. It was super old.
Yeah.
The router was probably older than some of the players. So.
Oh dang. Okay. Yeah. So we got rid of that, and it worked immediately. Worked great.
Yeah.
After that, commentating was great, and there was no problem. There was no slowdown.
Right.
We were like, okay, that was it. That was the problem, but maybe
it says it lags when we switch cameras.
Oh.
Interesting. I wonder if that's what causes it.
Just do it.
All right, I'm gonna keep switching cameras now. David Cam. Yeah. James Cam. Yeah. Dual Cam. Yeah. David Cam. Yeah. James Cam. Main cam.
There's no lag, people are saying. Okay, alright, I mean, whatever.
Okay, there you go.
Whatever.
Alright, so Shadowloo Showdown 6.
Anyway, so Shadowloo happened. Lots of really good Street Fighter 4 players came out there from Japan, from East Asia generally, and then from North America, where there was K-Brad.
Right, he was the sole U.S. representative there, so.
Yeah.
But All right, so you want to go through the results here?
Sure, yeah, let's get into it.
Talk about it because there's some pretty significant results here.
Yeah, I'd like to actually just do top 16 because it's there were lots of good players there. So,
sure.
13th places were Lingo Goken from Japan,
Nice.
Somniac Bison, Local Dude, Toxie Yun, also Roadsta with Bison. I think he was the New Zealander, if I recall correctly.
Oh, really?
I think they might have
okay,
said that on stream. Let me know if that's wrong, people.
Okay.
9th places were Punko Seth and Fuerte. I'd like to talk about that in a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Dogoro with Rolento, not with Bison. K-Brad got 9th with Cammy, Heavy Weapons Sagat, the highest placing Australian. Then 7th places were Gonzalez, Seth, and Gachikun Sagat. Reketsu with Vega and Poison got 5th. Sako also 5th with Evil Ryu and Elena. Eita with Akuma 4th place. Razor Gakt 3rd place. Fei Long. 2nd place was Kazunoko Yun, and 1st place was Ichi Momochi with Ken.
Ichi Momochi.
He's the best. He's the
dude.
best. That is a settled question right now.
Dude, I don't even think that's a settled question.
Settled.
Oh, settled question.
It's
Yeah. Okay. Because I personally think it's just not even. I don't even think we can argue it.
It's
to be honest
over.
with you. Yeah, because the way that he took apart Kazunoko was ridiculous, especially in winners finals. I mean, like if you guys haven't had a chance to watch this match, you guys really need to take a look at this thing because he shut down dive kicks like I have never seen it. He was just sitting there waiting for him to neutral jump, and every time he did, he just jumped roundhoused him out of the air. It was crazy, and his footsies like the entire game, the whole entire tournament,
Everything,
was ridiculous. He pulled off some stuff that I don't know. Like I can actually picture guys like Justin and all these guys watching and probably going, "Whoa," you know.
Well, when he was winning, he and Ricky and some other top players who are known for footsies were like, he has the best footsies.
Right. There was that one time that he like did that fake step kick, low forward fireball to win a round, and I was just like, I tweeted out, there was like 100% of us would have gotten hit by that. Like, because it was the moment that he did it, it was so tense that everyone would have stood up. That.
Right. Like it's not like this like a tactic that you've never seen. Right. It's just like this time and place to do it was like exact.
It was like just enough for an overhead to kill. So you see him step, you're like, oh, I'd better block the over, and then dead. I was just like, oh my god, it was so good.
He never misses a crouching medium kick fireball confirm into FADC, and he knows the exact range where afterward he can do like something into Dragon Punch, fireball FADC. Crouch medium kick, fireball, FADC, dash up, dragon punch, right?
Right.
But there's a range where that doesn't work, so he always did sweep there or whatever. Like he had that exact spot. I was really impressed by that.
And even just that low forward EX fireball, FADC into Ultra 2, like there's always times where I'm like, did he do that too slow? Did he miss it? And he gets it every time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But Mochi he's
the best. Right?
He's ridiculous. He made Kazunoko look bad.
Yeah, he did.
Like, and Kazunoko's ridiculous. We
Kazunoko's so
we
good.
saw that in Canada and everything, and I don't know, dude. That guy is ridiculous. So
yeah, I don't see Momochi losing to anybody right now. We haven't seen Momochi against. It wasn't like he wasn't at the Canada Cup thing, so we didn't see like Momochi versus Daigo there, for example.
Right.
But I think I would like Momochi.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
What can you say about that?
The funny thing too is that we actually got to see Momochi go up against Sako.
Yes.
You know, the Capcom Cup champions.
That's right.
Right? And yeah, Momochi blew up Sako. It wasn't a blow up, but
it was
still.
3-1.
Yeah, it was 3-1, so it was still pretty convincing. So
it was definitely convincing.
Yeah, so
yeah, as good as Kazunoko looks, and Kazunoko is very good. It's not just that he wilds out, right? He has really good spacing. He dive kicks perfectly, and he has great sense of pacing.
A lot of stuff that we saw a lot of in firsthand at Canada.
Yes,
so, yeah.
Absolutely. And he, as good as he is, he was just outclassed. So, I really liked watching Eita.
Oh, is that right? No. Go ahead.
I really liked Eita Akuma. So few people play Akuma now.
Dude,
look, he's never been like a super common character for whatever reason. Even though he's been top 5 in every game. But now, especially when he got nerfed. Okay.
It's to that point right now where it just feels like it's kind of like Cammy syndrome, right? Where it's like, oh, my easy tactic doesn't really work anymore, so I don't even want to put the time in with this character anymore. Which is ironic because neither of them really lost their easy tactic, you know what I mean? Like, for one thing, Akuma was never that easy in the first place.
No, he's never been an
He's
easy
always
character.
been kind of complicated, but now he's even more difficult to use, so I feel like that's why a lot of people dropped him. Because a lot of people probably thought he was worth learning all that stuff for, because it would get them in the end, but then now all these Akuma players like Tokido and stuff are all saying that he's bad or whatever.
Oh,
like
so
that.
bad.
So, I mean, Tokido said, he's not as good, but I'll keep playing because he's fun.
Right,
You know?
yeah. Well, I imagine he is fun, but he's still a really good character. It's
Yeah.
The thing is that they made him better in ways that are good in Ultra Street Fighter 4, like that Far Stand Fierce or the
Right,
sped
right.
up Fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like control sorts of tools.
Right.
Like they're not like crazy mix-up tools. They're things that you use well if you know how to play the game well. It's fundamentals things.
Right.
And that's what Ultra's really good at, I think. So that buff is so good because it sort of made up for the thing that he lost, which was the Vortex in Ultra Street Fighter 4. That's just not that great.
Right.
So I those buffs, I think, keep him right up there at the top.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I mentioned Cammy, and it's kind of funny because both of them kind of lost their Vortex.
Mhm.
I mean, is
I mean,
that
everybody-
really? Is that real? I mean, I guess that's just really what it comes down to for some of those characters,
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
Vortex
absolutely.
characters, huh? So, I don't know.
That is definitely the big change. I also really liked watching Reiketsu. I just really like Vega. Like,
Dude.
lately I've been playing Vega a lot, and I just think he's really fun.
Really, you've been
Yeah.
playing Vega a lot. Well, dude, he proved how awesome Vega was because he got to top 8 using Vega.
Yeah, right, yeah. Like one time or something.
No, he used poison the whole entire time.
Oh, before top 8?
Yeah, he like used poison
That
and
was
only
fun.
used like for the 9th place match, and he made it in there. No, because someone on Twitter was joking like, "Oh, watch, you guys are gonna say that people are gonna say Vega's so good because he made top 8," and so that's exactly.
I
what
already
he
think
did,
Vega's
so.
so good.
Dude,
so.
I think Vega's
I think
great.
Vega's
I think Vega's a
ridiculous.
really good character. So.
That was really fun. Gachikun Sagat is really good. He doesn't travel in the same way that like Bonchan does, but he's really, really good.
Right.
So that was fun. It was fun to see the Seths.
Yeah, and I mean, I kept getting thrown off because I'm sure a lot of people did, but Gonzalez, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't recognize that he was one of the Japanese players at first when I was watching there because of the name, obviously, right? But I think you were the one who joked like, there's so many American players that have Japanese names. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Like,
what the heck?
I wanted to say that was weird when I first saw it. Like, how'd you come across Gonzalez? What's the story there? But then I thought, like, he must ask the same question about like, so many people in other scenes that use Japanese words, Japanese names, and they have no actual relation to that stuff. Like,
Yep.
I don't know.
Maybe he's just a fan of Speedy Gonzalez.
That's
You never
actually
know,
what I was
right?
wondering.
It could be.
And that's what I thought of too, though. That's what I thought too.
Oh, man.
He was look, Seth. I think is fine, especially with the health buff, but not fantastic. But it's cool to see him do well. It's cool to see Punko do well. The changes to that character, I think, made it considerably more interesting.
Yeah, Seth is definitely a more interesting character. He's not the stupid, crazy. I mean, you can see it. Like Fuerte got better because he gained a ground game a little bit more, right? Seth got better because he can't rely on the Vortex as much. And then the characters like Cammy, like Akuma, who supposedly didn't get anything to make up for the loss of the Vortex,
Akuma
got
did.
worse. Yeah, I think Cammy, I like Drill FADC. I think that's a really good buff. And so,
it is.
Yeah, so I don't know. I still think that they're all fine. I don't know if Cammy's top 10 anymore, but again, 20 characters fit in there. So by that count, Cammy, my ranking of Cammy means she's top 10. So
Did you see when Gonzalez was going to lose, when he was in losers and he was about to be eliminated his last game, he took off his shirt? like Punko does?
Yeah.
And then he picked Punko's color.
Yeah.
he picked Punko's Seth outfit.
And then apparently afterwards, like, Punko ran up to him and, like, started teasing him, like, I'm the only one who can do that, or something like that.
Okay. So speaking of Punko, he got 9. His Fuerte, I've seen in videos, and I've seen in other situations before, and I liked it. And I think he fits very well with that character.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was garbage this weekend. I just couldn't tell what he was even doing, like what his neutral game was. It was just bizarre, I thought.
Yeah.
Do you think that he just like plays naked all the time
At home?
At home, and like that's why he takes his shirt off because he's like, well, time to get comfortable. Like make it like home. You know, some people like take their shoes off.
Yeah.
Maybe his version of taking his shoes
out
off
of your
is like
pants,
undo his belt and which he does.
Right.
And take his shirt off because that's just what he. So whenever you see videos of Punko playing online, know that he might be naked as that's going on.
Well, okay, look, he's been streaming a lot recently, right? I mean, that's where that whole angry Punko thing came from, right?
Okay.
I believe it came from his own stream.
Oh, right, okay.
So he's on his own stream.
Maybe he dresses up for his own stream. Maybe he's like, well, I got a stream. Time to put the clothes on.
So apparently, Toluca Freak is saying even on his stream that when he gets angry, he does take his shirt off.
There you go.
Even on his own stream, so yeah.
Dogra Rolento, I was not impressed by it.
Really?
To be frank, I felt like he was falling upward most of the tournament. Like he
Interesting.
just sort of was winning. But
Yeah.
who else? Lingo Goken was cool.
Yeah. But I mean, he didn't really make it all that far in the. I mean, he got top 16,
Yeah.
obviously, right? But
Yeah.
and it was stacked tournament, so it's really depends on the bracket on who you ran into.
Right.
But I mean, it was really impressive overall. Just all the play, it was a lot of fun. But I mean, seriously, if you're going to take anything out of this tournament, it's just that Momochi is ridiculous. That guy is. He's on another level now.
I think so.
He's basically reached Momochi tier. He's just kind of broken off from the pack at this point in time.
I think you're right.
Like it's a shame that he didn't end up at that Canada Cup event for winning Capcom Cup. It was probably too short notice.
Oh yeah.
You know, but it would have been nice to send him there because now I just have this funny feeling it would have been like a two-way race between Momochi and Daigo.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh well.
If that would have even been a race at this point. Before we stop talking about Street Fighter, I wanted to talk about the commentary.
Oh, okay.
At Shadowloo. I really like that they did almost all local commentary.
Oh, right, yeah.
They had some people, they had a guy who lives in Japan now who's from the U.S. for a little while. They had K-Brad during Top 8, parts of Top 8.
Parts of Marvel, too.
And parts of Marvel also. But I really like the local commentators. And even ones that definitely need improvements, the way you get improvements is by commentating more.
Right.
And in those kind of situations, when it's a different story to commentate when you know that 5 people are watching versus when what do they get up to like 15,000 people are watching. It's a different sort of feeling. So the only way that you're gonna like get that understanding of how to do that is like by doing it. So it's important to develop local commentators.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing, honestly, is that the stream is brutal.
Yeah.
Forums are brutal.
Yeah.
Kappa's brutal.
Sure.
NeoGaf is brutal. Sure. If you are jumping on commentary for the first time or doing local commentary like that, and then you get blown up on social media or whatever like that, can't take it to heart. I mean, this is coming from me, which I have trouble doing that myself.
Sure.
But, that honestly, you can't take it too seriously.
You have to look for the little nuggets of truth in there, because sometimes there are.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes there are. Sometimes, maybe oftentimes, it's not phrased well. It's like phrased meanly, but like you have to look into, like, maybe this idiot's right. Maybe this asshole's right.
There was one when we were doing the Capcom Pro Tour videos, when we were doing that, right? Someone made a comment on one of the YouTube videos. They're like, oh, David and James are my favorite commentators or whatever like that. And someone's like, David's really good, but James is really falling off because he doesn't play anymore. And I read that and I was like, you are absolutely right. I even responded. I was like, you are 100% right. And then he responded, he's like, holy crap, you read my comment? Now I feel bad. But no, he was absolutely right. There's that nugget of truth that you take out of there, right? And I was like, I need to fix that, which is why I've been playing again recently.
Excellent.
So
I'm happy to hear that.
I've jumped online again. It also helps because I created a completely...
Oh, you're not... Oh, that's good. That's good.
I've created a completely random account because I intend to use DJ and Guile and Balrog and whatever and just get blown up all day.
That's a smart man.
Yeah, so I created a secondary account just for that. So
if you end up streaming it, make sure that you cut off
Yeah, if I stream myself playing Street Fighter, I'll stream myself as jchensor. So
that's true. That's
yeah,
smart.
I'll do that. So yes, unfortunately, that does mean I have 2 Xbox Live Gold accounts going right now, but there was that deal just recently for like $40. So I was like, you know what, I'll do it. So
All right, well,
so
smart. I'm glad.
oh man.
So let's move on to Marvel.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Marvel's top 8 was Somniac with Nova Dorm Strange, Burnout, also 7th with Morgan Doom Strider, 5th was Solid Steph with Joe, Frank West, and Rocket. Haven't seen that team in a while.
Mm-hmm.
5th also was Bun with Magneto, Dormammu, Dr. Doom. Kazunoko got 4th with Wolvie Doom Virgil. Eita got 3rd with Nova Doom Virgil. 2nd place was EGK Brad with Trish, Virgil Dante, and winner of the whole thing was X5 Baxter with Magneto, Spencer, and Doom. I've seen in her and remember Baxter from before. I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah, but I thought it was kind of interesting because one of the things that I heard the commentators say was that might have been the first tournament that an Australian has that first game that an Australian has won at a Shadowloo Showdown.
Whoa.
Because they get so many Japanese players, sure. Right? So the Japanese players blow everything up, and then every year Shadowloo Showdown they've flown Filipino champ out there, so no one's going to be winning Marvel on that one, right? So here's this situation where they finally did that.
Good stuff.
And, yeah,
that's awesome.
And yeah, I mean, K-Brad even admitted he doesn't really play Marvel that much. Although whenever he loses, he gets salty, so he wants to play Marvel. But he's like, I don't want to practice Marvel. I want to practice Street Fighter because that's like where the money is right now. So so it's frustrating to him. But yeah, but congratulations to Baxter.
Yeah, that's really cool
for taking that. So.
Yeah. Well, an Australian did not win Tekken. It was Saint from Korea.
Right.
So you're like, yeah. Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Guilty Gear Xrd, won by Kazunoko.
What a shot.
2nd place, Dogura.
Oh, whoa, no way.
Sako, 3rd place.
Sako? Okay, that I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, I didn't know he played.
I mean, the guy can play whatever he wants.
Oh,
but
I'm sure he can.
I didn't even know he was good enough to get 3rd place in Guilty Gear. Yeah.
4th place was Javi with Milia. By the way, Kazunoko Soul, Dogura with Soul, and Leo Whitefang. Sako with Zato 1, and Javi with Milia Rage.
Interesting.
Punko won KOF 13 with Exiori, Kyo Kim, then Kolinov, then Baxter, then Kazunoko. Melee, not sure.
There's blanks in
Does
there.
not say, but I'll tell you this. Earl won Smash 4 with my dude Little Mac.
Must not be a lot of good players. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe that's true.
Little Mac is not that terrible. He's definitely handicapped in a lot of situations, but he's still scary.
I think he's pretty much garbage in some matchups, but
but
definitely reasonable in a bunch too.
Yeah, so might be matchup dependent. So
2nd place was Viva Mario, Tibbs with Diddy, and Pikachu 3rd, and Dean was 4th with DDD.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's about it. Project M won by SD. There you go.
Okay, cool. No, Shadowloo Showdown, that was a cool tournament. Again, I think the main thing that surprised us about Shadowloo Showdown is we probably saw information about Shadowloo Showdown, but it's consistently been like after EVO, like in August and September time, right? So if I saw information of Shadowloo Showdown, I'm probably just like in my mind going, this is just one of those teaser announcements.
That's very possible.
Right? And so I see it and I'm just like, okay, well, once it gets closer...
That's
and then all of a sudden the trailer came out and was like, it's 2 weeks. And I was like, what the hell?
Right.
But no, I'm glad the event went through and it looked like a lot of fun. Looks like a lot of people had fun. K-Brad said he had an amazing time over there. So, but yeah.
I'm sure.
It's good stuff there. And again, it's always, Shadowloo Showdown is always an interesting tournament for me because it's one of the tournaments where a lot of Japanese players travel to.
Yeah.
Same time zone. It's not a close jaunt.
No.
But same time zone, so they don't have to worry about... Because when they fly to America, it's just like jet lag all day, right, and such, so, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not an easy flight. You know, so one of my friends decided to get married. She's going to get married in Fiji. Fiji. I'm supposed to fly out to Fiji. It's probably not going to happen. But she was telling us about, like, how you get there, right? There's one flight that goes from LAX to Fiji per day, and that leaves in the evening, and you arrive in Fiji in the morning 2 days later.
Right.
Due to crazy
international dateline. Yeah, the international dateline is the worst. So, I mean, because you can literally leave from east and head to west and end up like a day earlier, right? I mean, that's literally what happens when you cross the international dateline. Right. So,
anyway, it's got to be tough to go from Japan to North America all the time, having to face.
Isn't it weird just thinking about how you could be in like 2 different days in the world, even though it's all at the same time?
I mean, I guess you could like stand in like 1 foot on one side of the international dateline and the other one on the other one.
Yeah, you go, I'm in the future, I'm in the past, I'm in the future, I'm in the past. You know, time traveling and stuff. So, anyways.
Total. Anything else to talk about with Shadowloo?
Not that I can think of. So, do you want to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about some of the upcoming game stuff, other game stuff coming up.
You want to talk about the Can Winter Clash qualifier?
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
On that right now.
Okay.
That was for later. You want to just do that later? We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, let's talk about that later.
We had a whole plan that I totally just screwed up. So, all right, we'll talk about that later.
It's all good. It's like, okay, we'll be right back. Okay.